Hey guys, what's up? Alec back with the daily stock market, and look at that. We see Tesla above $1,000 per share. So what we're going to do today is talk about the most popular stocks, price points to buy, price points to sell. Tesla is going to be the first one up. So let's jump right into the video, but stop right there. Just drop a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed with post notifications on. So Tesla above 1,000. Now, in my opinion, this is a great time to buy a Tesla for long term. Remember, they are planning an upcoming split, so don't forget about that. All right, they can rally huge like they did last time. The last time they split, they ran up about 400% in the span of just about 12 months. It was just straight up, basically. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen exactly again, and it's not like 1,000 is the lowest that Tesla will ever be. I also think that $900 to $800 per share is very achievable to see Tesla at again. So make sure you're setting price alerts. It's a very important thing to do if you're a serious stock market trader, because you can't leave everything to memory. You're going to forget if Tesla hits $800 per share, and you're going to say, oh man, I wish I bought Tesla when it was at 800. But if you set an alert, a price alert on your phone with Webull or Yahoo Finance, and it sends an alert directly to your phone, which is the best thing about it. Now, if you need someone like me telling you constant price alerts where I'm personally buying, when I'm buying, and sending you alerts, make sure you message me on Instagram, because I have a few spots left for my close friends list before we raise the price. We won't jump into that too much because we have a lot more stocks to talk about. We'll talk about that more towards the end of the video. So if we look at the volume of Tesla, we see 18 million in traded volume on Tesla. So to say the least, it's a very popular stock right now. Now, another very popular stock with 15 million is ARK Innovations ETF. It is an ETF, and its ticker symbol ARKK. You can see in the past 3 months, it's down 29%. So that's probably why there's so much volume, is because it's a kind of a buy the dip situation, down 45% in the last year. And it's close to like 2018 lows. Now, if we scroll down and look what's going on with this fund, you can see that it's mainly technology and healthcare, but it also has communication services and some other things. The top 10 holdings, so if you put $100 into ARK, $10 is going to go to Tesla, $6 is going to go to Teladoc, $6 to Coinbase, $6 to Roku, $6 to Zoom, $5 to Block. Exact Sciences, $5, which is like a genomics sector kind of stock, which can have explosive growth. Genomic sector could be the next thing in the next 5 to 10 years, because the argument being made is, think of Tesla and electric vehicles, how booming that industry was. It's very luxurious, where genomics is more of like a health thing, where companies are going to figure out how to cure cancers and make you look younger. So these kind of companies, if someone's paying for their health, that sector could have some huge hype around it and some huge numbers, and could even develop to be some of the largest companies in the world in the next 20 years. Especially if think about if a company finds the cure to a certain type of cancer or something like that, they're going to be a huge company. So you definitely want to get in before they kind of make those announcements and before it's such a hot thing. All right, so if you want me to make a full video about the genomic sector and stocks behind that, make sure you comment that below. Other than that, we have Unity Software, $4, Twilio, $4, and Spotify at $4. So that's where $59 out of the $100 for each $100 you put in, $59 will go to those 10 companies. Needless to say, if you don't believe in those 10 companies, then don't invest in ARK, because 60% of the fund is made up of those 10 companies. Now, let's look at AMD. I think that this is one of the most easy money making plays in the stock market right now, especially if you're going to be holding for at least 6 to 12 months. You can see the volume is 100 million, 111 million. So needless to say, this might be the most popular stock that we talk about on this entire list and this entire video today. You can see that it's getting close to that 3-month support, right around $110 to $103, right in between there. We see it at $108 right now. So it's almost at the prime place to be buying. We also see them right at about 2021 lows. Okay, so in the last year, they're still up 32%. For an extreme growth company, they could be easily up a lot more than that, especially with the huge volume. You can see I have about 10 shares. I'm looking to at least double my position. If you guys didn't see my deep dive into AMD, it released it last week. I definitely recommend checking out that video. That was one of the best videos I think I released in a while, going over AMD, Nvidia, and Intel, the differences between them, and which stock I like the best off that list. Now, I think AMD currently sits at one of the best buys in the market. And it's more of like a safe buy. You're not going to get like 300%, 200% growth, but I think AMD is fair for around a 30 to 50% growth in the next 6 to 12 months, which is a pretty safe bet in my opinion too. So there's not much risk with AMD. Of course, there's always risk going into any stocks and just investing in the stock market in general, but I think AMD has lower risk, so I would be comfortable even tripling my position and making this closer to around 4% of my portfolio diversity, or even as high as 5 or 6%. And of course, we have Apple on the list because if you look at today's volume, 78 million in volume. Holy cow, this is a highly traded stock, and it's at a 52-week high. It's basically at an all-time high, and you can kind of see that trend line that Apple's forming quite perfectly. So this can be one that you want to take advantage of when it hits that trend line again at that bottom trend line. Okay, if you're a shorter term trader, that could be a good time to sell closer to that upward trend line. And there's also looking like a middle trend line here, which it's approaching now. So it'll be interesting to see if it can pass below that middle trend line and back to that lower support of around $65 per share. Now, I want to buy around $65 per share. I'll probably even take out a call option around $65 per share, but there's no guarantee it will go that low again. However, in my personal opinion, I believe that Apple will be 165 to 150 per share in the next 1 to 3 months. Could be even a little bit longer, maybe in 4 months. But that's just my personal opinion and what I think. We can see I have a very small position in Apple because I constantly buy, I constantly sell. That's a pretty easy swing trade. So again, if you need those notifications on when to buy in and when to sell, I put price alerts, I put all my goals, where I'm looking to buy in a stock, where I'm looking to sell at, how long I'm looking to hold it. So if it ends up aligning with your goals as well, you can end up joining as the trade that I'm doing. So go ahead and reach out to me on Instagram if you're interested in that. But with that being said, there's not much else to say about Apple. Obviously, they're a dividend stock. They're getting better in the dividend stock department too. They're up to 0.5% dividend, which is actually huge for the market cap it has. It's almost a $3 trillion company, and also the year-over-year growth that it's experiencing. So we've also seen 40% year-over-year growth and 384% in the last 5 years. So Apple, again, is a very safe stock. And if you can pick up any below $150 per share, I think it's an absolute steal for long-term investors. And that's obviously why the volume is extremely high on something like Apple's, because a lot of people also do options. Their share price is only $174 per share, so it's very easy to trade options. And I think Apple will continue to constantly split down the road. So every time we see Apple to $300, $400, $500 per share, I think they're going to continue to split. They've already had like 9 or 10 splits in the past. So this is a pattern that I think Apple's going to continue. And what's a most popular stock video without talking about AMC, or at least GameStop? But in this case, we're going to be talking about AMC. They're on a little bit of a rally right now, down up 117% from lows of 113. Now, if you've been following my videos, we called the support here right around $14 per share. So between 14 and $12 was the buy zone. So it pays to be subscribed to this YouTube channel, because we were calling that in the past. We were waiting for 13, and for a long time nobody said it would ever get that low. We waited it out, and we got about 100% gain on AMC. Now, with that being said, I think there's a strong possibility that we revisit $13 per share again. So that's personally what I'm waiting for. And I think there's even a possibility of it going below $13 and closer to that $12 or even $10 range once again. So I'm being patient on this one. There's 65 million volume. Now, GameStop, on the other hand, is a little bit more bullish just because they announced a split I don't know if you guys heard about that one. So if this one does get to like under $100 again, I would be inclined to maybe buy a little bit of GameStop stock. So here you can see GameStop split brings a hint of meme mania to Friday's trading. So you can see that's kind of why they thought that on Friday, we saw in the pre-market GameStop up around 19%, but obviously we know that didn't end well because it just continued to sell off throughout the rest of the day. So personally, I don't trade too much in the GameStop and AMC territory. I don't use a lot of capital, like $200 here, $200 there, nothing more. I never put thousands of dollars into these risky stocks because there's really no telling what's going to happen to them at the end of the day. Also, a lot of people wanted me to talk about cannabis stocks, Tilray being the most popular. As you can see, the volume 94 million. So needless to say, this is an extremely popular one. All right, the 3-month support is showing right around $5 per share. And in my opinion, we can see a huge pop up on something like Tilray. They're more of a speculative play, so I would treat them something like an AMC or a GameStop, where I wouldn't be putting thousands of dollars in. But to sell above $15 per share, I think that's a very likely situation, even though it's extremely risky. So I'm only going to be using like $200 to $400. I think we can see an easy 50 to 100% game on something like Tilray. And if we see them closer to $5 per share or $6 per share, that's definitely mainly the area that I want to be buying Tilray. Comment below what you guys want to see next. Let me know if you guys like the longer videos or the shorter videos. All right, check out this reel that I posted as well. I talk about Nvidia and where some analysts are looking to get in and buy at and sell at for Nvidia. Make sure you check out that full video. That's the one with AMD that I was talking about earlier. And let me know if you guys want to join the close friends list. Other than that, just share with a friend, like this video so I keep making them for you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Remember, don't time the market, buy the market. Peace.